Oh, you can hear me, right, Christy? Just nod. Can you hear me? Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Carol, and welcome to our first episode of our new series. We're calling it, oh my gosh, I already forgot what we're calling it. Stitches and Stories. There we go. So each week, what you can expect, I'm going to mainly be showing you a couple of new notions. I may or may not do a demo with them. I will also show you what I've been working on here in, my studio. And then probably not every week, but we are starting to fill up the weeks with interviewing some people in the sewing industry. So that's what you can expect. What I'd like to know, oh, you know what? I just want to put on my chat. There we go. I see people are on. I see Linda. Hi, Linda, Deb, and Denise. So what I'd like to know from you guys, if there's, I don't know, anything special that you would like me to demo or to show you, or maybe you saw a new notion somewhere that you think might, work well at Angels. I'm always up for that kind of stuff. I always, hi, Linda. I always, am always open to hear all of that. So, tonight we will be speaking with our very own Christy Parker. For those of you that have not met Christy, she's a teacher full-time, although she is counting the days until her retirement at the end of the school year this year. And she also does classes at Angels. So some of you might know her or have done a class with her. And if you haven't, just stay tuned, because I can tell you it's going to be a really fun talk with Christy, especially when we start talking about her other profession. There we go. I know some of you know, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, all right. So let me just show you. Let me show you what I've been working on. And you know what, you bag people out there, I know there's a few of you out there. This is like an old pattern. Is anybody familiar with 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗴𝗁? I love her. I think she's so funny, and I mean, she's come a long way too. She now has a store, and she does great. But this is her Santorini tote. So I don't know. I know we haven't really done a lot of bag classes lately. I am going to talk a little bit about my make and takes that I started. So I don't know. I made this, and you know what? This is going to be one of my demos in an upcoming week. See this, this overlay here? How do you guys like that? I got that when I went to the Sew Magical Expo in Florida. And I really think it gives it such a nice professional look. And then with the nice zipper pulls, like, I'm not really a gold kind of person, but I thought this just matched really, really well with this fabric. So yeah. So anyway, so I guess I'd like to know, are you looking maybe for some more bag classes? Why don't I segue right now right into our next make and take. Make and takes, we started doing them. The first one, we made our own waxed canvas, and that went over really, really well. People loved that. It was really fun. So you did a fat quarter of your own waxed canvas, and then the next make and take, you brought your waxed canvas with you, and we made a pouch. The price, I mean, right now it's $25, and it includes all of your supplies. So, the next week when it was the pouch, you had your wax canvas, and then you did a box pouch with your wax canvas and some vinyl that we added to it. We made a box pouch and we used the zippers by the yard. And then one of the fun things that I do, because I belong to like a few you know, sewing clubs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you know, I had the view. I was sitting at my sewing machine with, you know, kind of the rest of my sewing room behind me. And when I sat there earlier and I looked behind me, I went, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't sit here. It's way too messy. You guys said you didn't want to see my messy room. It was, yeah. Ooh, I looked at that view and I'm like, no, I need to have my backdrop of my purple curtains here. So anyway, so when you do a make and take with me, because I know those, the little pouches that I have up front at Angels behind the registers, I have quite a few of those Solux fabric pouch clubs and patterns. And I have a lot of my bag tags on them. You know, I got a bag tag here, and then I did one here. And people are always like, oh my gosh, where'd you get them? Well, it's a club that I belong to. It's called 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘀.com. You can join it, and, you know, and I have a ton of these. So this is one of my boxes. So you get the idea. So when you do a make and take with me, I let you pick out of my my very own stash to put onto your bag. So the next, okay, so the first one was the wax canvas. Second one, we made that box pouch with your wax canvas. And then we have one coming up March 2nd, and we're going to be doing this pleated pouch right here. And like I said, for $25, all of the materials will be included. Included, you get to pick your color of your zipper by the yard. You get to pick a pull, and then you'll get to pick from my stash a little bag tag. And, you know, I'm trying to pick ones that maybe, you know, just different techniques, maybe that you don't know. I really like this pleat technique here. It was kind of fun. I will have 2 different colorways for you to choose from on the day of the make and take. So, I do still have some of this here with from my own stash, which I'm going to make some kits with this also, if you guys like this. So that's coming up. So we're going to put that there. Let me see. You know what? I think what we're going to do, actually, let me show you this that I've been working on too. And then right after I show you this, we're going to get Christy on. And yeah, we're going to get Christy on. And then we can talk with Christy and I can show you some stuff. We can kind of go back and forth, and we can just, you know, I just want to just kind of do this organically and just, you know, how it goes. And you guys let me know what you want. If you don't like that, you like this, you want to see this, whatever. Also, do you see like on the scrolling right here? I don't know. Let me see my finger. Is it right? If you guys could vote for us, we would so appreciate it. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 does every year the local quilt shop contest, and the link is right there. Or you can, there's a scan code. I mean, you can just go Google and say 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 local quilt shop contest, and it'll pop up. It's under 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's website. So it'll be there. So I would love it if you guys would vote. Thank you. All right. So this is one, I mean, because you guys know me, the non-quilter, but I guess I really am a quilter. I now belong to, like, I think it's 4 block of the months. Yeah, 4. So I just got this one I think is probably my favorite one. And I think probably because it's fairly easy, but here we go. This is one of my blocks. It's laundry basket quilts. Check out my points. Thank you, Joanne. I see that you voted today. Thank you so much. And Linda too. Thank you. Thank you. So I have 4 of these blocks done. There's 2 of these that you do each month. I mean, I kind of like it. It's pretty easy. They came in and I had them done like an hour later. It was kind of cool. So now I got 4 and I'll just wait till my next month. Although the other one that I'm in, I didn't bring it over. No, I didn't. I'll show you next week. It's also laundry basket quilts, and it's the Little Quilts Little Quilts sampler of the month or something. So each month you make a small little quilt. The first one was that pillow. I know I showed you guys on one of my lives. And this month was, it was tough. I had to bring a block in because I kind of got a little discouraged, and I haven't picked it up since. So I got to kind of psych myself up to to pick that up because I really would like to finish it. But I don't know. She went from applique and some simple piecing to this, like, oh gosh, then there were these little teeny squares, and which is like in the middle of the quilt. Oh, it didn't look good. It doesn't look good. That's what I should say. And then, so I did those, which they don't look good. I'm not happy with it. And then there was this block, and Patty said that when she saw the block, she went, "Oh, that's a hard one." So if Patty is saying it's hard, and me doing it, you know what it looked like anyway. But she did give me some pointers. I went home, I did what she told me, and it does look much better. But like I said, I don't know if I hope it didn't discourage me because I haven't picked it up since. I keep looking at the pile and I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, all right. So let's get Christy on here. I'm going to split the screen here. Oh, it doesn't do anything if I don't add Christy on. Here we go. So here's Christy. If you guys maybe didn't realize, maybe you know her, maybe now you recognize who she is. So this is Christy, and like I said, she is a full-time school teacher. You teach sewing, right?
That's correct.
Yes, yes.
7th and 8th graders.
Oh my gosh, God bless you. Like, I don't know, that's like a tough age, I think, isn't it?
Oh, I love them. I love them.
Yeah, well, you must,
Yeah.
One of my friends, Michelle, she's retired now, but she was a 3rd grade teacher. That's actually how I met her. She taught my son Jesse. So that's how we met. But anyway, so why don't you I'd love to know, because I don't know like a whole lot about you. So when did sewing come into your life? Like when did you first start sewing?
I was 9 years old. I'm an only child. I grew up in a very rural area. There were woods behind us and cows in the field in front of us. So not in a neighborhood with kids. So I had to find ways to entertain myself. And sewing and reading were my 2 favorite things. My mom sewed. I had a great aunt who sewed. There were some relatives that were influencing to me, taught me how to sew. And eventually I joined a 4-H group that we didn't raise animals. It was a cooking sewing group. And I would sew clothing, and my 4-H leader would enter the items into the county fairs, and I'd win ribbons. And it was just very encouraging to me. So I've been sewing a really long time. In high school, I made my own clothes, and I actually ended up making a lot of my mom's clothes as well. She was a teacher. Always made a lot of costumes. I learned how to do batik and silkscreen and surface design stuff. I wanted to be a fabric designer. That was my dream, but that wasn't in the cards. I ended up going to UConn, University of Connecticut, and I took every textile and sewing related course that I could. I was in the family and consumer science track. So I took draping and flat pattern, and I worked at the textile lab. I would make theater costumes for the student productions. As an adult, I made my own wedding gown.
Wow.
When my kids came along, I sewed for them all their lives. What else have I done? When I was raising, I took time off from teaching to raise my kids. So I was a sample maker for a quilt shop, taught a few classes here and there. I worked for a lady that had a small home deck business for a while, and learned a lot from her. I also learned that it's not my favorite kind of sewing to do, but I did learn a lot. And all along, I do a lot of hand. I like knitting and embroidery. I make puppets. For a while, I had a costume, a quilt pattern business. It kind of dropped off the planet, but maybe someday I'll get back to it.
Well, you're going to be retiring, so
I know.
when you said no, not going to be a fabric designer, who knows? Maybe
Who knows?
you'll do it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, so when did you? Because you're saying a lot of things about sewing, but I'm not hearing quilting. Was quilting mixed in there, or
I made my first quilt when I was 12.
okay?
Out of a lot of scraps from things I had made. So in that quilt, I still have it. There it has velvet, it has cotton, it has polyester double knit. It has,
In your
I don't know.
quilt?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so
'Cause I
cool.
just didn't know there were, like, rules. Not that there are rules, but so it's quite an interesting quilt, yeah.
Do
Still
you
have
still
it.
have it?
Yeah, yeah. Not
Oh,
on me,
that's so
but
neat.
yeah,
That is really
yeah.
cool.
So I've been making quilts for a really long time and try all kinds of techniques, and my favorites, I think, are scrappy quilts.
I
Uh,
like scrappy quilts
mm,
too. I like, you can use like, different colors and
mm,
like the
yeah,
sampler quilts.
yeah,
Patty has a sampler quilt class coming up, and I just love all the different blocks and colors and,
mm,
stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, very cool. I'm actually working also. Oh my gosh, me the non-quilter, it's so funny. And the non-hand sewing too. I'm doing Allison Glass does a lot of hand sewing,
mm, mm.
and I'm doing it's called Cozy, and it's a quilt, but it's all hand done. But
Nice.
but not like pieced hand. It's you have there's a knit on the bottom, knit on the top. That's why she calls it
Huh,
cozy because the knit is nice and cozy. I guess you
mm,
wash whatever. But in the middle is actually a quilt. So
huh,
I quilted the middle. I did 5.5 inch squares. I made it nice and easy with Allison Glass fabrics. And so then you take your 3 layers and you safety pin them all, and it's big. God, what was the dimensions? I mean, even my extra large Martelli table, it was hanging over. Oh
mm,
gosh, it was big. That was a little difficult to put those 3 layers together. But then
mm.
you stencil, and you
Oh,
stencil. There's like 4 different stencils that you could choose from to stencil on top. So
oh,
then you sew around the stencil about a quarter
mhm,
of an inch away from your line, and then you cut the line. So I know, you know what next week I'm gonna have to show you guys,
yeah,
because you guys are all
yeah.
probably like, what is she talking about? And it's probably kind of hard to picture, but um
Huh,
yeah, sorry. I
sounds
probably
cool.
should. It is very cool. It really is. And I'm getting there. And each night I sit there. But how are your hands? Like, do you do any hand sewing? Because I am doing Queen of Diamonds
Mm.
also.
Yeah,
Do,
I love to do hand embroidery and a little bit of knitting. So, but yeah, over time, if you do it a lot, you need to take care of your hands. You need to stretch them and rub them and
my arthritis is so bad. I mean,
oh,
sometimes, yeah,
mm,
yeah. Okay. So anyway, all right. So for those of you that may be just tuning in because they see some new people that have joined us come and go, and that kind of usually happens when we do these things.
mm,
I am Carol from Angel Sewing and Quilting in Salem, New Hampshire, and this is a kickoff of our new series on Wednesdays at 6:30, and I am sitting with our very own Christy Parker. She is a full-time school teacher. She's going to be retiring this June, so she can have a little bit more time doing other things. She does some classes at Angels. She has one coming up. I've been talking to you guys about on our Friday Live. She's doing the Lori Holt block of the month, the one that is a pillow, which I just think that's such a great idea because, it's just a good idea. And it's not like they have to commit to every month. They
right.
can come and go. They can make as many as they want or not or whatever.
Mm,
Um, and sometimes it's not just about, you know, making the block. I say that to people. Um, you're in there and it's camaraderie. You're with,
mm,
like-minded people that love what you do and they do. And, and it's just, and you learn from each other. It's really, really fun.
yeah,
So
yeah. The
that's
quilting world has brought me so many friends. I
right.
Quilters are the nicest people,
They
and
are.
it's a lot of fun. It's a
They
lot of fun.
really are.
Yeah.
And then, you showing off your stuff like Paula, one of our customers. She came in today and brought me in one of her. She's into the Biani bags,
Mm,
and it was a cover for her sewing machine. Oh my God, it was just stunning. It was absolutely beautiful. I love it when they bring things in to show me. So yeah. So anyway, so I did kind of tease them with your other profession. So for those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
you will never even probably guess it in a million years. So go
Uh,
ahead. What else do you do,
well,
Christine? How did this happen? I mean, like, how did this happen
I don't
in
know.
your life?
I'm actually a professional clown on when I'm not teaching. My clown name is Cricky. I have some show and tell later. I'll show you the costume.
Oh, okay.
Um, Oh, probably 17 years ago, I guess. So all as a kid, I always was in all the plays and all the theater stuff and just love it. Um, when I had my children, it was harder to get away and do community theater, but when my youngest was about 2 or 3, I guess, um, he he was old enough that he could stay home with dad. So I went to clown school and be became a clown. And it's just really fun.
I mean,
I
was it you and a couple of your friends, or is this just something you had in your head that you're like,
Yeah, it's just
I've
me.
always wanted to be a
And
clown
my
and
other
I know
favorite
I'm doing
people are clowns. My clown family are wonderful, wonderful folks. Um, and yeah, I it's one of those things where it wasn't like being in a play where you had to be at a rehearsal, every day for a month or something like that. It's off and on. I can at this point I pick and choose the gigs I do. But I tell people when I do the clowning, the joy that I can bring to people, it comes back at me tenfold. It just fills my soul. So I'm not ready to give it up quite yet. But-
What do your kids think about it?
Oh, they're kind of used to me being a little crazy. So they kind of roll their eyes. They're very supportive. They're very supportive. I've tried to get my children involved a little bit, but none of them took me up on it.
I think it is so cool. You actually, one of your clown friends worked for us at Midtown Cafe,
Yep.
where our corporate office is, Pam.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
you and Pam worked the Red Arrow's 100th anniversary
Yeah, we
outside,
did.
which was so cool. Everybody loved that.
Fun.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so I'm just curious now, clown school.
Mhm.
Where is clown school, and how long is clown school? How
Well, there's different ones. The first one I went to was up in Stratham, New Hampshire, and it was one night a week for like 6 weeks. Then that following summer, I went out to Minnesota, and it was a week-long intensive program. So much fun. I've done that one twice actually. And
oh,
then the clowns actually have like conventions and stuff. I've been to several conventions. And then I went to American Clown Academy, which is in Georgia. Um, and the clowning has brought me some really fun opportunities. Twice I've been on cruises where I've been twisting balloon animals, and got to cruise around, and so it's just been a
that's
lot of fun.
cool.
Yeah,
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 that is really cool. I think that's awesome.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. Do you want to show us some show and tell of your clown?
Sure. Let
I'd
me.
love to see
I got it.
that.
I'm all connected here. Let me see if I can.
Oh,
There we go. I got all these wires. Wait a minute.
I know. Look
I'll,
at her, Miss Professional, with her headphones, and
oh,
she's got a little mic there.
okay. I'll be right back. Let's see.
I mean, it just must be so cool. Like, the Red Arrow, we have a mascot, and his name, of course, is Mo. It's our coffee mug. And this is actually a fun story because way back when we first got Mo, um, it was my son that was inside Mo. And it's so funny because he was young, and the bottom of the coffee cup, went probably a little bit below his knees, um, as he got older, it's so funny. Like the bottom of the cup like went up and up, and it's so funny. One of them, were living in Bedford, and he was at Bedford High, and we were at one of the it was an outside Saturday thing that the Red Arrow was cake. We were one of the food vendors. And of course, we bring Mo with us, and so Tyler was so excited to do that over there because, of course, he's going to see people he knows, kids he knows,
Mhm.
and he's walking through there, and the girls, of course, are like all over Mo, and when you're in one of those, when you're in like with Mo, you can't talk. You're not supposed to talk because he did a little bit, well, not really schooling. It was like a video he watched.
Mhm.
And you're not supposed to talk. And he's like, don't you dare tell them who I am in here, right? And
Uh,
it was so funny. Oh my gosh, he had a blast with that. He was like so good with it, and we still use that. Well, actually, we
yeah.
have upgraded Mo since then. We've had actually 2 Mo's made, but anyway. So yeah, no, it's fun, because people don't know who you are, and I mean, because when you're all clowned up, and I've seen you a couple of times, it's kind of hard to
I
know
look
really
different.
that it's you. It's
Yeah.
like, is that really Christy? Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So go ahead.
Well, I do make my costumes. I saw somebody ask that. This one is the traditional one, pretty bright and colorful. I do have seasonal ones. I play Cookie the Elf. This is Cricky the Clown. This is Cookie the Elf for Christmas. I do have a witch costume that I don't have with me, but that's Mrs. 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗴𝗀𝗀, the not so scary witch.
This is
Um,
wiki wacky.
and I wear a wig with a little hat and stuff like that. So a lot of fun. Um, one of the things I do while I'm clowning is puppetry. Oh, here we go. I got piles of stuff here. So this is Lolly. Hello.
And I'm sure you made Lolly.
Yeah, I make puppets too. Yeah. This one's a little fox. Hi there. So
You should do a class on one of those.
okay, it's
Making a
fur.
puppet.
Yeah, I've actually taught some puppetry classes for a community group once, but
Wow.
a lot of fun.
Huh.
Um,
That is cool.
and I make dolls too. This is an original design. He's a cool dude. He's really tall. He's almost as tall as I am. Um,
Oh my gosh, that is so
yeah.
cool.
His hair is, oops, I don't know if you can see.
Is
It's
it's like
fabric,
fabric,
like
right, right.
shredded fabric. Yeah. So that's just another one.
That is so cool. See, someone's saying right now they would love to take a class making puppets.
Okay, we can
Someone
do
just
it.
said that.
Uh,
I think that
well,
is so, so cool. Um,
do you want
Very
another one?
cool.
Okay.
All right. So you know what? I'm going to keep you on. I'm sure you're fine being on, right? And we can go back and
Mhm.
forth, and you can chime in whenever. And I do have my regular questions I ask you, and we'll wait a little
Mhm.
bit for that.
Okay.
But I wanted to show you guys. This is I came across this another block of the month. This one's actually a block of the week. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen this. But I'm thinking about incorporating this with our Wednesdays. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to. I don't have like the details. Um, I need to sit with April and we'll do some details. But in the meantime, if anybody is interested, and there will be prizes at the end, and you guys know how cool my prizes are. So, all right. So this is a block of the week. You can go to alisonglass.com. It's called Made and Found. And all you have to do is you put in your email. It'll ask for your email, and then they're going to email you pretty much this right here. And you will get one of these each week. And if anybody wants to play along, go ahead and we'll officially kick it off next week. But it did just start just this past week. So if anybody wants to do this with us, and like I said, there will be some prizes. There will be prizes at the end. This is my first block. Check out my points. They're pretty darn good. What do you think, Christy?
Looks good.
Right?
You
Does
are a
anybody
quilter, even though
what? Well,
you
I know I'm so well.
yeah, you
Look
are.
look at my back even. Look at the back.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look pretty good? See, Patty taught me all that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Anybody recognize this fabric? Do you recognize it?
Can't see.
Patty recognized it right away. It's cherry wood fabric.
Oh,
Um,
yes, yes. Mm.
I got this. It was either at I don't remember if it was So Magical Expo or the Quilt Expo. I don't remember, but I bought a bit of it. She hand dyes all of her fabric. So it's pretty cool. I thought it kind of gave a really nice, I thought it looked pretty good. So anyway, there's that. So again, made and found. If you guys want to sign up, go ahead. We'll talk more about it next week. I'll give you the details. You will need to show me your finished blocks on a weekly basis. I mean, I did that block in like really a half hour. Like, yeah. So it wasn't too difficult. So anyway, there is that. Let me see. What else do we have, Christy?
Can I do
Yeah.
a little plug?
Yes.
I'm currently a chairperson for the 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘁𝗶 show. It's coming up April 20th and 21st. We'd love to have people join us and see the show. It's held at Manchester Memorial High School. So please come.
I'm pretty sure Daryl's aunt does that show.
Oh.
Her name is Connie, and she does doll clothes.
Oh, I don't know. If she's a member of the guild, she's certainly
okay.
probably
So
a part of it. It's
okay,
a quilt
so no.
guild. It's a quilt show.
Okay. No, it's a craft fair that she does it at Memorial School. Okay. Yep. No, I'm thinking of because we were just in a quilt show in just over the border, Newburyport, I think, and there was like well, no, but it's sewing, I guess. There were some bag people there, but yeah, never mind. All right. So you know what I want to do? I would like to show you guys. This will be my demo part of it. Okay. Is anybody familiar with this? Has anybody seen this? It hasn't arrived yet. It's a glow ruler. I was pretty intrigued by it. And I have used it. This is the package that it comes in. It's Carolina Moore. And I've kind of been following her, and I really like her. She makes a few of her or manufactures, some of her products. And and one of the things it's called, has anybody heard of the spot on the dot? Christy, have you heard of that?
Not that one. No.
It's when you're using your ruler, like a regular ruler, maybe not a glow ruler, and you take a dot, and it's like a magnifying thing. It magnifies, and you put it on the ruler so you can magnify the line. It was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I just was thinking about that. But I'm going to switch my camera to my demo camera so I can show you this. I'm going to take you and me off. Where's that? Oh. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, I want this on. How do I put this in the middle, though? Oh, I moved it over with my hand. Wow, that was cool. All right, it actually worked. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, so the way that she kind of showed this, and it was really cool. So you guys can see my glow ruler right here. So what she was showing, when you have different, when you're like, see right here, you can't see the lines in it, right? You can't see the lines. This is obviously a light color. And then you get on to, this is, and she's just trying to show you like this ruler compared to regular rulers with no light compared to this ruler with light. It's going to glow. So this one, you can kind of see your lines a little bit better. And then, of course, when you use a darker one, you can pretty much see your lines pretty well. So let's go back to this one. We'll go back to this one. And then when you press, look at that. Isn't that cool? I mean, it really lights it up. And then the other thing that, she was demonstrating this for, well, not only squaring off your, your quilt blocks, but also for fussy cutting. So I kind of brought this over here, one of my 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗶. And can you guys see? You guys can see this all okay, right? This one might be easier for you guys to see. So she was like kind of using like these lines right here. Like I'm going to try and fussy cut You know, it's funny. I'm looking at the screen trying to point. So I'm trying to fussy cut this right here. So see, I'm like following this 3-inch, trying to get it like where I want it. And then you would, you know, cut and then flip it over. And I'm on the, it was really, really cool. So this helps with fussy cutting, and you can see the lines so nicely. I used it a couple of times with my Queen of Diamonds, and I really like it. So what do you guys think of this? I do have some on order. They will be coming to I bet you they'll be here. They may even be coming tomorrow or the next day. So, and she also has, so depending on, you know, if you guys really like this, she does have a couple of different sizes. So I just would like to know, you know, if you want some, you know, different size or, you know, whatever. So there is that. And just so you know too, it, oh yeah, here, I'll show you this way right here. There we go. So it comes with this right here. So you plug it into the side and plug it into your little block thing, your USB block, and there you go. And I have to say, I've only charged this once, and yeah, it's still going. So so this was my demo. This is my demo tonight. What do you think of that, Christy? Is that something you think that you would maybe, I don't know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw it. I don't know. I watched some quilt YouTuber that was talking about it, and I said, "Oh wow, what a neat idea!"
Right? Yeah, I kind of think I've been using it. Like I said, I just a couple of times, like with my Queen of Diamond. I don't really, although I guess I could get a little, like maybe with my made and found block, maybe the next one I can fussy cut something with it. There we go. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Good idea.
So yeah, you can, you know, I'm getting my, my wheels turning here.
Yeah.
What else do I have here? Okay. So guys, tomorrow starts our, Sophia's Fabric Mania Frenzy. I don't remember which word we used. It's one of those. So it starts tomorrow. So it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's at Angels. We have the girls, Patty, Lori, April, Persis, all of us have been busy getting ready for it. Today was like you know, because the room was being used yesterday until about 1. So today was like the big push to get everything in there and, you know, marked and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have some very, very good discounts on fabric. If you end the bolt, you will get an increase in percentage off per yard. There are, of course, you know, with these kinds of sales, it is a minimum 1 yard. We're not going to do like 1/8 of a yard of 10 different bolts. So just keep that in mind. And then we have also other stuff in there. Now, I know you guys, you know, we do a few clearance sales from time to time, and this is really priced. You're going to love the prices. We still have a lot of Kimberbell stuff that is like extremely reduced. So if you guys are Kimberbell people, I suggest you get there early, because we have some of the stuff is stuff a bag for $10 of Kimberbell stuff. So, you know, just keep that in mind. It's going to be kind of cool. So yeah. So, and then we also have, I just want to like kind of, if anybody out there has not upgraded their Solaris, we have some Solaris upgrades that are I can't say the price on here, but when you come in tomorrow, you'll be able to see the price, and it's a really good price. So there we go. And that's the Solaris 3 upgrade. So we have that. There's all kinds of stuff. Found some hoops. April and I, well, as you know, April is, if you walked into our office, you will see where I sit and you'll see where she sits. Her side, which is most of the office, I'm kind of in the corner. She doesn't like clutter. And it's so funny. She's like neat, and then you see my side of the desk is like, it's like, oh boy, it's kind of funny. So yeah, so we've been busy, getting ready for that, and we're really excited about it. So, and then also in the store, we are going to put pre-cuts on sale. So all pre-cuts. We just got some new ones in from. Oh darn! It's a new Moda fat quarter bundle. Storyteller, I think. Maybe you guys know, or Sweetwater. It's Sweetwater, not Storyteller. I knew it was S something. Sweetwater. They're three women. I don't know if they're sisters or mother and two daughters kind of thing, but the fabric is beautiful. And we just got also we have the Antoinette panel, and then we also have a fat quarter Antoinette bundle that goes with the panel. So all pre-cuts in the store will be 20% off. That doesn't include fat quarters because you buy 3, you get 2 free. Is that what it is? Buy 3, get 2. I think that's what it is. I always get those mixed up between that and then the Floriani thread. So yeah, but the lesson room is very well stocked and tons of bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric. So come on in and take advantage. I was going to show you one more thing. Do you have anything else you want to share, Christy? Oh gosh, yeah. No, my 2 questions that I always like to ask people. When you're sewing, what is your favorite and the notion that you can't be without when you sew? Like, you sit down, you're like, oh my gosh, where is that? Like, you got to get it.
I have it right here. I knew you were going to ask me. It's this thing. So it's put out by what's
Alex
Alex
Anderson?
Anderson's? Yeah, what is her company? Well, anyway, yeah, it's an Alex Anderson thingy. So this little tool has a
It's
wooden
Quilter Select, right?
Quilter Select. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It
I
was
bought
gonna
this
bug
at
me
your
too.
shop, by the way. It has a wooden iron on one side. It's got a little pointy, like poker thing.
Right.
When you open this up, it's got a stiletto, and I do make bags and such as well. And then on this side is my absolute favorite seam ripper. It's very fine. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I can see
Well,
it. Yeah,
there you go.
pretty good.
And it's really sharp, and I like it. And the other kind of cool thing about this is it's square in the middle, so when you set it down, it doesn't roll.
Doesn't roll.
So
Right.
it's a very nice little tool.
So yeah, I mean, who can go without a seam ripper, right?
Mm,
I mean,
mm.
that's great because it's like it's a
I
3-in-1,
they call it a 4-in-1
4-in-1 tool. Yeah,
4-in-1 essential sewing tool is what it says on the outside. So
great. That's cool. That's
the other
very
thing
cool.
I use a lot, I do a lot of machine quilting on my domestic, and I have a mid-arm machine as well. So I use these machiner gloves. But I
Okay.
not only use them for quilting, but if I'm working on a fabric that's like a silky fabric or a slippery kind of fabric, I often put one on and I'm sewing, and it just helps me to grip the fabric and manipulate the fabric and push it through the machine. So that's another favorite. Um,
Okay.
I've worn out pairs of these. I just wear them all the time. So
We do sell a lot of those
yeah,
at the store.
yeah,
They're called machingers. Is that what?
yeah, yeah.
I
They've
think
got a
so.
little. They're very soft. They're sized, so you can purchase the one
Right.
that fits your hand, and they've got little grippy, rubbery tips on the
So it helps you
fingers. Mm,
grab the
they're
fabric. Nice.
comfortable to wear. So yeah, those
Paula
are my 2.
said that she just bought that notion that you were just talking about.
Oh, this thing, yeah, it's a good
Very
one.
cool. Yeah, that looks great. So so that is your notion that you cannot be without. And then who is your favorite fabric designer?
Oh,
Everybody, of course, knows who
yeah.
mine is.
I I can't really pick one. I love bright, vivid colors, saturated colors. So I'm always attracted to batiks before I look anywhere else. Um, I
Really?
yeah, yeah, that's where I head first. But I love them all. Like I have all the batiks and the bright colors, but I also like the traditional stuff, like the Lori Holt stuff and Darlene Zimmerman, and like the real traditional pastel kind of thing. So I don't know. I can't really pick one in particular. I do love birch fabrics just because they're so whimsical. Um, I've I don't know. Can't pick one.
Oh, cool.
I
No,
love them all.
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. Oh, neat.
So I got a little bit of everything in the stash, I think.
So, is there anything else that you want to tell us about Christy?
Well, I was going to tell you a little bit about my current projects. Aside from getting that quilt show together, that's been a big job. But I'm my daughter's getting married in the fall, so I'm making her gown. And a
Wow.
cousin's son is getting married and making them a big quilt. And I asked him, I said, "What's your favorite color? What color do you want the quilt?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, don't say brown or something." And he goes,
Yeah, right.
"Purple." I'm like, "Yes." So I'm
Oh,
having a
that's
lot of fun with
cool.
the purples. Um, I'm also currently working on the charity raffle quilt that will be offered for the 𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘁𝗶 Guild next, like 25, 26. So that's kind of fun. And I'm working on the shop pop samples. I'm one of the
Right.
designers for the New England shop pop again this year. So
Gonna be
that's sort of in
huge.
push mode right now. So
Yeah.
staying busy. Um,
I'm telling you, whenever, your name gets brought up, I'm like, I don't even know when she sleeps.
eh, I don't.
I
I know.
really
I don't watch TV. I just sit and do creative things. I'm not a vegger outer. So
No, I can't
uh,
imagine that you are because you do too many things.
yeah.
I can't, yeah, you do a lot, which, hey, that's good. That's good.
And I do have some quilts. I didn't know if you wanted me to show any of them or not. It's fine if you don't. I don't
Show
know
a
if
couple of
people
them,
want.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rearrange my computer a little bit. Pardon the messy sewing room.
Oh,
There
geez.
we go. Okay. So this is one in progress. Oops. Even though I just said I love bright colors, this is an Irish chain quilt that I'm actually embroidering on it as well, but it's
Hand
there's
embroidering?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see,
That's beautiful.
but it's very muted colors. It's out of my normal
Yes.
color palette. Um, I love Mariner's Compass anything. So this is an older quilt, but it's a big Mariner's Compass wall hanging. Whoops. Can you see that?
That's
I can't tell.
gorgeous. Yep, nope, we can
Yeah.
see it. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And then I took a class with Jane Sassaman. I don't know if anybody's familiar with her, but it was a design class. It really wasn't a quilting class, but this is the wall hanging that I developed in that class. She's got real graphic, like clean lines and bold colors.
Now, is that applique, Christy?
Yeah, this is all machine appliqued
Wow,
down.
that's beautiful.
Oh dear, I'm all tangled up. Um, I'll show you just one more. This
Yeah.
one is I did when we were all locked down for COVID and I was teaching online. That was hard. But
Uh,
I went through my stash and I picked a lot of bright colors. And I love, like I said, I love to hand embroider. So this quilt is just a mishmash of a lot of colors and a lot of embroidery. The
oh
open
my
blocks are embroidery.
gosh. That
Um,
is beautiful.
and then on the edges, I wrote or embroidered on like sayings that I like. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. And then in the back, I totally used my stash. So in the back, it's just as bright as the front. It's all just big
Pieced.
old
Yep.
blocks. So yeah, so
Nice.
that's kind of
So,
some of what I do.
in your house, like, do you have these on display? Do you have them out? Do you use them? Do
Yeah,
you
I do. I have some on the beds. I've got some of them are wall hanging size, so they hang on the walls and trade them out once in a while.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I've
nice.
given a lot of quilts away as gifts. That's kind of just about everybody in my family has some kind of quilted something. So,
Yeah, that's me with bags.
yeah.
I mean, you can only make, well, yeah. I mean, you just make, I have bins and bins of bags. It's like crazy. Actually, as a matter of fact, tomorrow in the fabric frenzy in the lesson room, we have a couple boxes of samples
Oh.
of just some stuff that, you know, there are some bags in there, a bunch of stuff. It's like, what do you do with all this stuff? You
I
know,
know. Yeah.
it's like, whew. But anyway, well, thank you so much. I think this was
Oh, thank
great to
you.
kick off my my new series. I think this was fantastic. And you know, for all of you guys listening, again, I'd love to know, you know, things you'd like to see. If you know of someone that you think that I should chat with and talk with, I know soon I will be having on Amy and Mary Lou because they're doing this thing with their floss tube.
Cross stitch. Yep.
Yeah, with cross stitch, yes.
Yeah.
So I have invited them on. They have not given me a date yet, but that will be coming up. But if there's somebody out there that you think, hey, you know what, I think this person would be great. Let's I have to tell you guys this. Oh my gosh. I did reach out to guess who?
Tula.
Yes, I did. So the only email that I, you know, kind of know it'll get to somewhat of her is her I Heart Tula Pink because her mom owns that. Her mom and her brother run that. And I know there was a couple times where I've chatted with her about when I was getting some leggings a few years back, whatever, and it was her mom. And we talked about it because it was when I saw her in Sarasota and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so when I was talking to her, I was, you know, saying, I'm sure this is, you know, Kat, her mom, blah, blah, blah. And you should see my email that I wrote her. It's pretty funny. You know, I'm like, I love your daughter. Like, and I just would like to just chat with her. But anyway, long story short, she emailed me back like Tula did. So I like even have her email. I'm like, oh my gosh. So maybe in the future that might be happening. We'll have to see. But anyway, so yeah, it was very cool. Anything Tula with me is exciting. So yeah.
Yeah. If anyone wants to follow me, I'm on Instagram. Can you, is that backwards?
Okay.
Oh, it's backwards. It's
𝗤𝗂𝗶𝗴𝗁.
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 No, 𝗤𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗶𝗴𝗁 creates all one together. That's me on Instagram. And I do all the clown stuff and the sewing and the whatever else. So love to have you follow me.
So you do, I don't personally do Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't really know it very well, but anyway. All right. Well, I think we're good. I'm going to save what I have here. I think I had like probably just too much. But we will, I look forward to next week, all of you. And Christy, again, thank you so much. I can't wait till you retire.
Yeah. And I'll see some of you at the retreat, at the Angels Retreat.
Yes. Our retreat coming. Oh my gosh. That's going to be really fun. We have a big crew this time and, yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah. Thank you, Christy. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I so appreciate you guys. And, I'll see you guys hopefully in the store this weekend, 7 days a week. Don't forget that, Sundays till 2. And we'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.